YouTube and hey Facebook. It is Let's Talk Monday with your girl Bethany. Yeah, thankfully I'm not going to say my cough is gone, but it's at least down a bit. I was fighting an acute respiratory infection, which was not fun, by the way. But now it is over. Thank God. So this week we're going to talk about TS and work ethics / work relationships. Now, I know I've kind of done something along these lines before, but I had a TS sister message me with some very specific questions when it came to TS, work ethics, and work relationships. Now to this specific sister, I think it's more of work relationships. Now, the best way I can explain this is that excuse me, as you can tell, still not over the hump yet. But anyway, so I think what it is when it comes to TS and work ethics. April Burnett, hey ladies, hey girl, hey, how's it going? Anyway, when I think about TS and like work ethics, work relationships, my thing is that work ethics, some of the girls that have TS have some of the best work ethics. They're the hardest working people. Now, ethics is different than, let's say, work relationships. Kimberly Tibbet, hey girl, hey girl, hey. And Andrea Horner, hey, you sound a lot better. Yeah, I don't sound like a walrus anymore. Yeah, no, me and Andrea talked a few days ago when I was like in the first stages of this. It was not fun. I sounded exactly like a walrus. I sounded like a full-grown man. But anyway, I probably sounded like Bubba down on the farm, probably. Felicita Rodriguez, hey sisters, hey. So anyway, all right, so work ethics. Now work ethic, let's get ethic and relationships kind of varied. As I said, ethics is more of like how you work. Are you a good worker? Do you respond well to your supervisors, things like that. Work relationships is more about, and ethics is more like professionalism, stuff along those lines. Now, your work relationships are different. Work relationships are your relationships between you and your coworker. Now, everyone has a different personality. And so when you get all these different personalities together, TS or not, you're going to have issues, because, and it's actually kind of a funny thing because my roommate now actually works with kind of like team building and personalities. And so the thing is for me to make it simple, there's so many personality tests out there and this and that and blah, 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 blah. All right, let's think of 4 birds. Yeah, 4 birds. I know, sounds weird. There's eagle, there's parrot, there's owl. And I'm trying to think of the 4th one. Give me just a second. And I'm going to feel bad because my roommate told me about this. But anyway, so the thing is that, like I said, a lot of personalities aren't going to get that well along. Maybe like melancholy, sanguine. A melancholy and a sanguine aren't going to be very compatible because a melancholy is very introverted, very works by themselves, not exactly a team member, let's say. Marina Del Rey, hey. Sorry. Yes, okay. Hey. So, those people are going to work together. If you have like a sanguine and then a melancholy. Or, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. You're not going to get along with everybody, and the best way I can say is let folks talk. Folks are going to talk about you to the day you die, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. The best way you can get along with people that you work with is like not letting all the naysayers get to you. April Burnett, when is it supposed to start? Hi. I'm sorry. So April, when is it supposed to start? If you could possibly elaborate on that. But if you're talking, like I said, if you're talking about relationships, don't let the naysayers get to you. Everybody has that one coworker that really gets on their nerve, and we already, as TS people, Sisters with TS, Don Hennessy, hi, hey girl. But there's already a lot of girls who have TS who have social anxiety. And then you get into a workplace, especially a large workforce, and a lot of those social anxieties are going to come up. Am I doing a good job? Do the people around me like me? Do they think I'm doing a good job? Marina Del Rey. I always say that we don't have to be bosom buddies, but we can be civil to each other. Exactly. You don't have to be bosom buddies. You don't have to be the best buddies ever. But to me, it's more about professionalism. Like, when you're at work, you keep it work. And if you don't like somebody, or if somebody doesn't like you, you keep that stuff out of the workspace. You really do. You should. That's the professional thing to do. Does that always happen? No. YouTube. Okay. I have crippling depression. And I think, especially in the workplace, if you have depression, things like that, I think that can affect your work. And I think that can affect... I was depressed at one point in my life. And I think what they call it is high-functioning depression, because I was really trying to hide it, because at the same time I was suicidal when I was depressed. And then going through my divorce, I got depressed again. Thankfully, I didn't go back to my dark place like I thought I was going to go for a while, but I didn't. And I think during those times, if you are going through depression, I think the best thing, and I've said this a lot, is, talking to a professional therapist. That is the best thing you can do, because it's that objective third-party person. If you're a Christian, like I went to a Christian counselor just because I'm a Christian. Not everybody's a Christian. So, going to your religious leader, or, finding that objective third party, through your doctor maybe. That's the best solution I can tell you about depression. And also, you can always email me and I will talk to you. I have no problem talking to anybody. Trisha had a really hard day at work today, so this is a perfect topic for today. Aw, well, I'm glad. You see, this is why we do this. I hope that these videos are informative to people and can help lighten your day, help educate you about TS. Even if it's your daughter, if it's you, whoever. And we all have those bad days at work. How do you get over those bad days at work? You can see how I get over it. With my café con leche, as we say in Espanol. So either that, or, I do make, whenever I'm off work and I don't have to worry about work for a couple of days, a hot toddy for the body, as we say. Because, my signature used to be drink wine if you're legal. But now, me being a flight attendant, I can't drink unless I'm going to be off for a couple of days. Anyway, long story. There's a bunch of regulations. Let's see. Okay, I thought that was another comment coming up. So, but yeah, YouTube, if you have any more comments, ladies over here on Facebook, what do you want to hear about work relationships, work ethics? Because I think that your work ethic depends on who you are. I don't think it depends on whether you've got TS or if you have, some other syndrome or genetic disorder. Your work ethic comes from within you. How good a job you want to do. How do you want to present yourself? My grandfather used to say that, your work ethic speaks volumes to people about who you are. And if you do a good job and if you're really professional, then people, that makes a good impression. Okay, got a couple of comments now. Kimberly, hello, hey. Fresita, any of you TS sisters work with kids? I love it. I believe we have a special, bunch of comments, a special bond with them that makes our job easier. I don't personally work with kids, but being a flight attendant, I work a lot with kids on a plane. So, and I love it. I absolutely love working with kids. I find it so easy, so much easier than with adults sometimes. Hello. April Burnett, I just found out I was approved for disability. Yay! Good job. Rodriguez. You can call me Flower Sis. Aw. Marina, my advice is to always keep your personal life separate from work. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Keep your personal life away from work. That's what you really want to do. Kimberly, yes, I do. But that's why I say there's work and then there's outside of work. And you want to keep that separate. But yeah, your work ethic speaks volumes. The reason that I think a lot of TS sisters who've messaged me about this topic have issues with work relationships, I don't think it's so much them as it is, like I said, our personality or personalities, should I say. Everybody has their own personality. I've had situations where people liked me, and I've had situations where people didn't like me. But y'all know how I am. I'm very Southern. And, you know, how I've dealt with the people that didn't like me, you know, sometimes it depends on who the person is, and how adult they are. Hello. You know, you can sit down and you can have these conversations like, look, I notice you and I don't groove that well. Like, is there something I have done? You know, is there something I have said to you, maybe that you don't like, or maybe we worked together on something and you didn't like the job I did? You know, what is it? And if they're honest, they'll tell you about it. If they're not going to say anything. They're just going to say, I don't like you. Well, too bad. And like I said, with a lot of us having social anxiety and depression, I think that really magnifies how much that affects us. Like, those kind of relationships affect us. And anxiety and depression, I think, affect any relationship we have, work or otherwise, friendship, family. You know, so that's why I think that is very important to get under control. I'm not going to be an advocate, let's say, for antidepressants or anything, which is why I'm an advocate for professional medical help, because I believe the only person that can tell you that is a doctor. Because you don't want to get something started that you're not going to be able to get off of. If y'all will excuse me for just a minute, I'm just going to pop a little cough drop so that way y'all don't have to hear me being a walrus. But, so anyway, any more questions about work relationships, work ethics? Is there something else you guys want to talk about? I know one of you guys on YouTube talked about crippling depression. Please email me. I will put my email in the comments. I would love to talk to you. You can talk to me about anything. Anybody will tell you that. Anybody who knows me. So, anyway. Well, ladies, it has been fun tonight. I'm glad to be back in the groove. It's not ladies' night, but we will have ladies' night probably later this week. And not sure when that's going to be just yet, because my schedule is coming back up. So we'll probably have ladies' night this week Saturday, because I am off Saturday. And we shall see you then. Have a good night. Bye.